Hello friends, welcome back to TechServer Global. Hope you guys doing well. Today we are going to discuss on Docker installation and basic commands of Docker. And this is the second video on the Docker series. So let's start. In this video we are going to learn three things. Installation on Linux. In this video I choose Ubuntu as a open source image. Second is using Docker. How can we use the Docker and what are the default or simple basic commands are being used in the Docker. And third one is installation on Windows. So let's start with the Linux. So to install in Linux, there are some prerequisites. First one is 64-bit operating system. Second, Linux kernel required 3.10 plus an updated version of packet version apt for Ubuntu. Why updated package manager? Because sometimes what happens it's the operating system doesn't have any kind of updated package manager. It should not. It is not working properly. It is not been up to date. So as a prerequisites, your package manager should be updated. In Ubuntu, we are going to use apt. So let's see, these are the commands to install the Docker services. Let's directly apply on the machine. So this is my Ubuntu based machine. Let's check the operating system. It's Ubuntu 22 LS CPU. It's a 64-bit architecture of CPU. Now let's run the command one by one. First we need to update the package manager. For that you need to install apt update. If certain issue with your apt package manager or any of the package manager, it shows some unable to communicate with the external sources, so that you need to resolve first. Now after updating the package, I need to install transport HTTPS CS certificates, curl and software properties common. So curl is already installed, CS certificate is already installed, Python 3 software properties common. These two packages been required to upgrade, and one new package need to be installed. Let me push. Now need to download the package for the Ubuntu. So it will download a Docker from the Linux distribution using the Ubuntu and JPG, also adding the key to validate the package. It shows some warning that package this apt key is depreciated. Now need to use apt-key. Now this dep file need to be added with the local repository. So just put enter. Now apt key policy. Now just I'm validating whether the Docker CE container engine it's stable and up to date. Now apt install Docker CE. Let's click on yes. So it will install Docker CE container engine. I will share all the commands in the description of video. Now validate systemctl status docker. It's up and running. Now we can run the docker commands. Let's start with docker ps. So we can run the default hello world container. So basically it's a hello world taste message from the docker. Simple, you can just run the container. So now let's move to the basic commands and what are the use of the commands. Certain commands been like docker info, the states of the current client version and the daemon version. So here you can see the Docker engine community version is 2.02, API version, the build version, architect and other stuff. And client is Docker engine community 2.5, 2502. Now next, Docker images, the list of the current images at the machine. So here I just downloaded one image called hello world. So if you have more than one image, you can just have the Docker image in the list. So let's pull Docker pull, let's say nginx. It will download from the Docker Hub official repository of the Docker. So here status is downloaded the new version, new image for the nginx latest. So now again I'm run the command docker image. There are two images, nginx, and the tag is latest image id created 3 months ago and size of the Docker image. And the second one is hello world latest. Now if you want to search any image, Docker search, let's say node. So it will try to search on the Docker and Docker Hub for node project. Any of the image that you want to search on the Docker Hub, you can search on using command called docker search and node or any of the image name. Let's say Python. So you will get all the image name from the official Docker Hub. Git pull, Docker pull, as we have already run the command to pull the any image from the Docker Hub. Now Docker PS shows the list of the running containers, if any of the containers been running. Docker PS, as we don't have any container has been run. Also you can use ps-a to validate all the existing container. If it is stopped or existed, you can get using docker ps-a. Now run the container. Now let me run one container using nginx. Docker run -it -interactive t using tag name ubu and or else web server -it -name web server. and the name of the image. So here you can see the container is start and automatically it shows the start worker process, but it is on the interactive mode. So if you want to run container on interactive mode, it should run as docker run -it. But here I can't do anything with this console. So let me just Control C and close it. Now I need to run that particular container on the back end. So I need to add D. D stands for detach mode. Automatically it will run on the background state. Error conflict with the so let me just remove the existing. Docker ps-a, and I'm just going to remove this container. Sorry, rm. Okay, now running same command. ITD, it's automatically detached to. Here after applying D, you can see the container is running, but it's in background. So now let me just run the command docker ps. So here you can see one container is been running and using the nginx image. Now let me stop it. And the image ID, sorry, container ID. You can simply define two ID of the first two letter of the container ID. Now let me check ps. It's been stopped, but it should be on ps-a. So here you can see the container is been existing state. It is under existed. So if you want to remove, you can docker container rm and the container container ID, first two digit of the container ID. Now let me run command again, docker ps-a. It's been removed. Also, if you want to remove all the container which has been on existed state, you can run the command called docker container prune. Are you sure you want to continue? Say yes. If there is more than one container on the existed state, it will remove all containers. Okay, there are some more run commands with port mapping. You can map the port, and -p if you want to define particular IP address, host IP colon host port colon container port. So let me run one container which has been running on the port 80. Docker run -d, D for detach, -p 80. Now what is first number and what is the second number? So first is the port number which you want to publish on the base machine. I mean to say, when I run the command, it will accessible that particular port number on the base machine as well. And the 80 port, it is on the container port. That means this service is running using port 80 on the container inside, which we want to publish on the external as well. If you want to change with the 8080, so what happened? This 8080 is running for the external traffic and 80 for the within inside of the port number. We cannot change using the default port container image. For example, if I want to change internal port number which is running using the Nginx, then what I need to do, I need to create a custom image and then applying to it, because currently I'm using the official Nginx ID container. That's why it's used the default port 80. Now the hyphen name, let's say web, and the image ID of the web server. So using this command called docker run -d-p for port number, 8080 port number for the external traffic or the base machine where we have set up the Docker engine, and the port number 80, it is being registered and listed on the container inside. So when you set up any container image, you need to identify which port number is being running on the container inside. So you need to use that particular. Okay, so let me run this command. Now let me run the docker ps. So here you can see the port number 8080 for the external use and 80 for the internal. So let me net state command is not installed. Let me install. If it installed net -tools install. Now let's net state -tunlp. So here you can see the port number 8080 is been listed on the local machine, but inside the container it is port number 80. So using port you can run the command. Also you can run the command for the volume and allow the container volume to mount local disk to your container. So let's create one folder and mount it on the within the container. So for that I'm just docker ps. Let me stop the existing and remove the existing command. So all the containers has been removed. So now I am currently on the /home/ubuntu. Let me create folder called test, and now I'm just running the container docker run -d-v test :/home ubuntu test : where I need to mount this. So let me mount on the /test -name web -p 80:80 and nginx. Now let me run ps-a. So here you can see the port number 8080. Now let me docker ps, and now I'm just navigate to exec, execute /bin/. Okay, so command is docker exec-it and the name of the container web, and I just want to enter into bin/bash. So this is I'm on the inside the container. Now let me validate whether the test folder is there or not. Yes, folder is there. Let me create some folder mkdir 1 2 3 3 5 and 7. Let me just enter into cd3 and I just create some files, test1, test2. Okay, now I'm ls on the within the container. Now exit. I'm just navigating to test folder. Here you can see some of the folders has been created and 2 files has been created. So using this -v option, you can mount your local storage with the container. So when you remove the container, that existing folder mapping will stay as it is on the local machine, or we can say the base machine. So there is no effect on the source code or the data. Now the other important command, first one is start. If you want to start any container, you can just simply say start. Let me first off docker container stop web. Now let me start. So using start stop, you can stop and start the container. If you want to run the container ID and navigate to bin bash, we can use the command docker exec execute -it interactive mode, the name of the container and bin bash. I just want to enter into the container and get the console for the bash shell. So you can use this. So you can see this is the inside the container. /etc nginx. You will get the nginx source code or the configuration within the container, because we use nginx as a docker image. Now this is the basic setup, basic use cases of the container. Now how can we install Windows? So there is one application called Docker Desktop. I just simply double click on it. Here I'm Docker 4.27.1. It's first verifying the packages. It will take some time. Meantime, I'm just okay. So it shows the WSL2 instead of the Hyper-V, and add shortcut on the. So I'm just choosing WSL2. WSL stands for Windows System for the Linux. So unpackaging the files. So it will take some time to set up. So let me pause this video and resume back once it's completed. So here the installation succeed message is there. So let me close it. Now there is icon called Docker Desktop. Let me open it. Also, as a prerequisites, this Docker for Windows requires 64-bit Windows 7 or more, and Docker require hardware virtualization. Means your hardware must be support with the virtualization. So usually today's generation's laptop or the desktop or the instances are being well packed virtualization supported architect device. Welcome to survey. So I'm just saying for work. Let me just continue. So starting the Docker engine. Similar we use in the open source infra. Same way we can use in Docker for the Windows as well. Same, you can run the command, Docker command on the like Docker version. So here you can see I requested some API because still the container Docker engine is running, is starting. But you can get the cloud integration version of the Windows. Version is 2502 Docker client. So all the commands which we have seen in the Ubuntu, same commands we can use on the Windows as well. So I'm just pause this video again because it took some time to start the engine. So now the Docker desktop is running and container engines are also running. So you can see the containers. Currently there is no containers, images, volumes, all the things you can just use as a GUI format. Also we have run Docker version. It was show some API error. Now it shows the all the client server detail. Now let me run Docker. Let me run same the command which we have been run on the we are inside the let me run this command. First it try to identify the Nginx locally. It's unable to find this image. Then pull from the library. Here also you can search for the images for Nginx Postgres, like we have the option on Docker search. It's a GUI. Now you can see the Nginx is shows as a local image because this container run command has been completed. Now also validating the containers. This container is been running. Now let me just open the localhost port 8080. It shows the welcome to Nginx. So using Docker engine on Linux as an Ubuntu image and in Windows as a Docker desktop. Similarly, you can use volumes, build, dev environment, docker, scout, many more features. Here also we have the direct button to stop and other action, pause, starts in the browser. So yes, this is the basic setup of the Docker engine on the Linux and Windows instance, and we have been seeing the basic commands of the containers. Hope you guys finds well with this video. Thank you for watching this. Kindly like and subscribe the channel and like the videos and put your important comments on this comment section. Thank you very much.